Welcome, and today we are going to go through the instructions for completing and submitting exercises, as you can read over here. Right. So these instructions, you have to understand them so that when we do work on our exercises in the ebook and on the worksheet, we know how we're going to go about it, right? So all exercises in this book are designed to be completed in Google Colab. So these are the instructions on how you are going to work on those, right? So first things first, you're going to create your notebook. So you're going to go on Google and type in Google Colab. You open Google Colab. You create a new notebook for this course. Then you name it as follows. Like over here, we have written AI plus data beginner course underscore your full name. So over here might be Gigi Zino. Or so you put your name over there. And this is your notebook that you will be using to write all your assignments. So this is where you're going to write, like I said, your ebook, all the ebook exercises, as well as the worksheet exercises. Right. Then moving on, completing exercises. Each exercise in this book is numbered sequentially. So this is what I tried to do in the ebook. So these instructions, you find them in the ebook that I'm going to share. So you find that you might have exercise 1, and then it goes to exercise 1.1, exercise 1.3, and all that so forth, right? It's sequential. So in your notebook, you have to number those solutions. So you have either going to comment, you're going to put a comment that shows that this is exercise number what, or you're going to use a section. A section would be neater, and then you name that section according to the number of exercise it is, right? So in your notebook, number your solutions according to the exercise numbers in the book. This is what we're going to use. So if it's exercise 3.3, use that. So you're going to name it exercise 3.3. If there are duplicate numbers or numbering issues in the book, ignore them. Focus on completing exercises in sequential order as they appear. So let's say you find out that we have an exercise 5.5, and below that there's another exercise 5.5. Don't be I would say, what can we say over there? Don't let that stress you out, right? So you have to complete the first exercise, the first 5.5 exercise you see. Then after that, you go to the next one. It's 2, exercise 5.5. Just number it as it appears in the book, right? Then so some exercise will be additional worksheet, like I said, will be additional worksheet exercises assigned by the instructor, me, that are not included in the book. These should be placed within the corresponding week where they belong. So I'll give you one worksheet per week. So if it's a worksheet for week 1, right, like I mentioned, right, these exercises in the ebook, they are numbered sequentially. So we have week 1 exercises, we have week 2 exercises, week 3, and all that. So if we are dealing with worksheet 1 and ebook exercises for week 1, those should appear in the same, I would say they should appear in the same section with their correct naming and correct numbering. So that we don't find week 1's worksheet after we have done week 2 stuff. Like, you get, it has to be where it belongs, with the corresponding week which way they belong. So if we're doing now, name it worksheet exercise, right? So followed by the exercise number or description. So on that worksheet, it might be worksheet number 1 and number 2. It might be worksheet exercise 1 or exercise 2. However it's named in the worksheet, that's how you're going to number them, and or the description that you're going to use. So it's all about putting our work in order, right? If we're doing week 1 stuff, let's see week 1 stuff together, so that I, the instructor, when I go through that notebook, I am not lost. I don't see week 1 stuff with a bit of week 2 stuff. No, we have to have sections that demarcate that this is week 1 stuff, and that's why I was saying you can use sections, and that would make it neat, right? So now I want to move on to the next page. Right. Then write all your code explanations and visualizations in the notebook. So everything should be in that notebook, so that you don't have a separate Word document or PDF. Everything should be there, so that everything is self-contained, so that anyone that is reviewing that notebook can understand your solution, right? So how am I going to get access to that? You're going to have to share your notebook. So here I have a snippet and example. Like I said, I named my this is the example naming that I showed you earlier, AI plus data beginner course _ Gigi over there. Then you will find at the far right there's this icon. Then it's written share. This is where you're going to share your notebook. So you share your notebook on the day you started. So let's say we are on week 1, right? We already have to complete exercises. So on the first day of our course, that's when I advise you do this and get it over with. You create your notebook, since you know that this is where I'm going to put all my stuff, not just after completing the exercises. You have to share it the day you create it, and not just after completing all exercises. This is the instruction over here. You share it the day you create it. So if I create it today, I have to go here on share and allow the facilitator to monitor my progress and provide guidance throughout the course, right? So you go and click share in Google Colab over there, right, the way I showed you over there. Then you'll find a section. Once you click that share icon there, you're going to find that there's a section that says add people, groups, or emails. There's a field like that. You're going to add my email, your facilitator's email. You're going to add learn and create code at gmail.com there. Then you're going to set the access as view or edit, so that I can review your work. Double check that the notebook is shared correctly to ensure access. So yes. Then for tips, I have mentioned this before. Use clear section headings in your notebook for each exercise. Include comments in your code to explain what each part does. Ensure plots, tables, and outputs are clearly visible. Keep your work organized and sequential by week and exercise number. So these are tips, right? And this will help us out even when it comes to scoring for for the mark sheet, right? When it comes to our mark sheet and scoring, it will be very easy to go through that if we have everything in order. So this is what I have for us today, and these are our instructions. I will get in detail, a bit more detail in the next videos, where we're actually going to start coding and all that. So some of the things here might not become clear, but they will soon. But before I do go, let me just show you how we can access Google Colab, right? So over here, we're gonna come in and write Google Colab over there, and then we're gonna see this. Welcome to Colab Google. Colab or Collaboratory allows you to write and execute Python in your browser, with whether you're a student, a data scientist, or an AI researcher, etc, right? So this means if we are using Google Colab, you don't have to download any extra software or applications. We're going to do everything in Google Colab. This is why this is a good one for us. It's a free, over here you can read, it's a free cloud-based Jupyter Notebook environment provided by Google. It allows users to write and execute Python code through the browser, especially suited for machine learning, data analysis, and education. Guess what? This is what we want to do. So this is a great option for us. So we're going to go here. Welcome to Google Colab, Google over there. Let's wait for it as it loads, right? Over here, we're gonna create a new notebook. Like our instructions told us to create a new notebook there. So it's loading. All right, so this is what we have. Then you see it's named Untitled 6 over there, but that's not what we want. We want to name it what we discussed over there, right? So we're going to name it AI. So we're going to, you're going to, I don't remember the name. Is it AI? Sorry. AI data course. Was it the name? Okay, I'm no longer sure, right? But you can always check and right. I just wrote AI data coursework over there. Then over here, this is where we're gonna come in and add the learn and create code email at gmail.com. Over there, this is where you're gonna put the email and create code at gmail.com. And create code at gmail.com, and then we're gonna set it as, you can set it as an editor or a viewer, whichever you want there. Then you click send over there and it should work. I just lost my internet connection right now, so I think that's why it's now doing this. But yeah, this is how you go about it. So thank you for watching. Let's begin our course in the next, let's actually start coding in the next lesson. Bye.